Hey guys, this is Mr. Redaelli, and this time we're going to learn about using the verb to like, which is Gustar. We're going to combine this with the indirect object pronouns that we learned last week. Okay, so what does Gustar mean? Okay, basically it means to like. There's no exact translation, but basically it means to like. The nearest in both meaning and most importantly in how it is used is the verb gustar. Okay, gustar, which literally means to please. Okay, that's what gustar means. The verb gustar is commonly used in Spanish to express likes and dislikes. Okay, so for example, you say me gusta, I like. It's the singular. Me gustan, I like plural. Te gusta, you like singular. Te gustan, you like plural. Le gusta, he or she, you. Formal, informal, that would be singular. Le gustan, he, she, you. Formal, that would be plural. Okay, nos gusta, we like, singular. Nos gustan, we like, plural. Les gusta, they or you all like, singular. Les gustan, they like or you all like, plural. Okay, so what do I mean by gusta or gustan, singular and plural? Well, singular is if you only like one thing. For example, you might like one orange. Okay, but what if you like two oranges? Then you say gustan. Okay, what if you only like a car? Okay, that's gusta. But what if you like a car and a motorcycle? That would be gustan. Although car and motorcycle are singular, but because it's two different things or more, if you like cars, a car, a motorcycle, and a boat, that's three things, so you would say gustan. Or if you like 5 oranges, that's gustan. Or if you like 2 cars, that's gustan. If you like an orange and a banana, that's 2 things, singular things, but it's more than one. So it's gusta when you only like one thing. For example, you like a boat, you like a car, that's gusta. You like a boat and a car, that's gustan. Okay, here's an example. Me gusta el carro, I like the car. Okay, singular. Me gustan los carros, I like the cars, that's plural. Nos gusta el libro, we like the book, that's singular. Nos gustan los libros, we like the books, that's plural. Le gusta el plato, that's he or she likes the plate. Le gustan los platos, he or she likes the plates, that's plural. Okay, so remember, you have to know how to use the singular and the plural form, which is the same thing. Just one is gusta, the other is gustan. Entonces, me gusta el carro, me gustan los carros. Nos gusta el libro, nos gustan los libros. Le gusta el plato, le gustan los platos. Okay, so now let's look at the rules, right? Gustar is used to communicate likes and dislikes. If you put the word no before each phrase, changes the expression to expressing a dislike. Okay, so if you don't like something, all you do is put the word no at the beginning. Me gusta la clase de ciencias, I like science class. But if you put a no at the beginning, no me gusta la clase de ciencias, I don't like science class. Okay, so very simple. All you're doing is adding the word no at the beginning. Okay, so let's look at another example here. Te gustan las clases de matemáticas. You like math classes. Te gustan las clases de matemáticas. Okay, no te gustan las clases de matemáticas. Same sentence, I just wrote no at the beginning. You don't like math class. It's very simple. Okay, all I did is write no. It should be math classes. By the way, you don't like math classes. Okay, so to make it something you don't like, all you do is put no at the beginning. So remember that. Okay, very simple. All right. Let's read it one more time. Me gusta la clase de ciencias. No me gusta la clase de ciencias. ¿Te gustan las clases de matemáticas? No te gustan las clases de matemáticas. Okay. So rule number 2. Okay. To form a single question about someone's likes or dislikes, just add the question marks to te gusta. Okay. So basically to make a question, to write a question, you say, for example, me gusta la maestra de español. Okay. Without the question marks means I like the Spanish teacher. With the question marks means do I like the Spanish teacher? Okay. Me gusta la maestra de español. Okay. So with the question marks it's a question. Without the question marks is not a question. ¿Te gustan los maestros? Do you like the teachers? Okay. Without the question marks, you like the teachers. No nos gusta la clase de español. We don't like Spanish class. Without the question marks, we don't like Spanish class. It's a statement. Okay. So just remember, very simple. All you do is put the question marks. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3. Okay. Respond to a gustan just by writing sí or no at the beginning. Okay, that went a little faster, but all you gotta do is write sí or no at the beginning. Okay, so it says, ¿te gusta la clase de arte? Do you like art class? Sí, me gusta la clase de arte. Yes, I like art class. No, no me gusta la clase de arte. See, I wrote 2 no's there. Okay, no, I don't like art class. No, no me gusta la clase de arte. ¿Le gustan los libros de historia? Do you like history books? Sí, nos gustan los libros de historia. Yes, we like history books. No, no nos gustan los libros de historia. No, we do not like the history books. So again, very simple. To answer the question, you say sí if you like them, and if you don't like them, just write no. Just like in English, you will say no, I don't. It's the same in Spanish. No, comma, no nos gustan los libros. See how it says gustan? Because libros is plural. Okay, and the last rule, rule number 4. Okay, it says changes gusta changes to gustan when followed by a plural compound noun, which we already talked about. Me gusta el chocolate. Me gustan el chocolate y el caramelo. I like chocolate and caramel. So what do we say? Gustan? Because it's plural. It's 2 of them. Chocolate and caramel. Nos gustan los lapiceros verdes. It's plural. We like green pens. Le gustan la mochila y el borrador. He or she likes the backpack and the eraser. It's 2 things. Te gustan las papas fritas. You like french fries. That's plural. Okay, so again, me gustan el chocolate y el caramelo. Nos gustan los lapiceros verdes. Le gustan la mochila y el borrador. Te gustan las papas fritas. Okay, they're all plural. So you say gustan. Right? Very simple, not that complicated, okay? Alright, so remember, you use gusta when you like one thing only, therefore it's the singular form, okay? You use gusta when you like 2 or more things, boats, cars, or a boat and a car. Make sure and learn me, te, le, nos, and les, which you should already know them. Those are the indirect object pronouns from last week. So all you have to do this week is when to use gusta and when to use gustan. Okay, make sure you understand the difference between like and love. Okay, very important. In Spanish, you do not love your iPod. You don't love Taco Bell. You don't love objects. You just like them. Gustan. Okay, now you can love your family, God, even your pet. Some people love their pets in Spanish, but you only like, okay, objects and animals in general. Okay, if you see a little mouse running outside, oh, I love that mouse. No, in English you can say that, but in Spanish you only like the mouse or the squirrel. Okay, and so make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand the 4 rules. How to make questions, just put the question marks at the beginning and at the end. How to make how to answer a question, yes, just put sí. How to answer no, put no, comma, no, and the same statement. Okay, it's very simple. Gustan, plural, just plural if it's one or more than one thing, either plural or 2 individual things. That makes gustan instead of gusta. Okay. Okay, so it's very simple. The rules are not complicated. Remember, question marks is just a statement with the 2 question marks. Very important that you use the 2 question marks. Okay, you cannot just put one at the end. All right. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing this week for your assignment. Okay, so you're going to answer the 10 questions submitted in the online tackle website. Okay, under your class outline, I put a paper there for you to answer 10 of them, 10 questions. Okay, very simple. Copy and paste it to Google Docs and put in a collection. Write your name at the very top left-hand corner. Name it Gustar. That's the name of the file, Gustar. Okay, add 5 sets of sentences, not short sentences, okay, of your own, using both singular and plural, and a dislike sentence. Use different forms. Remember, we talk about tele, nos, les. Altogether, you will add 15 sentences to the paper altogether, because you're going to write 5 sets of 3 sentences each. Okay, you're going to write a singular, a plural, and a dislike. Okay, so translate the sentences. So remember, here's an example. Me gusta el perro negro y blanco. I like the black and white dog. Okay, me gustan los perros negros y blancos. I like the black and white dogs. See, this one I use gustan because I like the black and white dogs is plural. On the last one, I wrote a negative sentence. No me gustan, or I just said no me gustan los perros negros y blancos. By the way, that is true. You don't have to say no, no. You can just say no me gustan los perros negros y blancos. So look at the 3 sentences. They all say me gusta el perro negro y blanco. The only difference is one says gustan, and on the other one I wrote the word no at the beginning. Okay, see how easy that is? So basically, to convert it from singular to plural, if it's more than one, you say gustan, and to make it to answer a question no, all you do is say no at the beginning. So these sentences are due by Friday. Okay, but remember, next Tuesday you're gonna have your test. Okay, your oral assignment. But more important, guys, don't forget. Remember the rules, understand the rules. You need to understand how to use the direct and indirect objects. Remember, you're going to need 15 sentences altogether. Okay, very important. All right, because that's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay, be careful with your grammar. Be careful with your spelling. No silly mistakes. Okay, because I will be checking those papers. All right. Okay, here's a question of happy little girl hugging an ice cream. I don't know why. I guess she likes ice cream. I kind of like this car, the watermelon car. Isn't that cool? Alright, me gusta el desayuno. I like breakfast. I don't know exactly if that's just a plate with bacon and sausage or what. And that's the way some of you look sometimes. I'm not going to say who, but somebody was a little grumpy last week. You know, like if you try to say something, they look at you like a little bit of an angry cat. But most of the time we're happy, so that's pretty cool. And I think that little boy, he's a little hungry and he needs some pants, that's for sure. So anyways, remember, be ready, do your homework by Friday. Make sure you finish it by the time it's due.